How are you?
We're excited to be here.
Well, I'm excited to be here with you too. So,
we got Kae over here fully quarantined.
I know. I hope folks. Yeah, we're making sure y'all are following the rules. Now, I've been looking forward to this one because I knew it was going to be a fun one. So, I'm glad y'all are with us. So, at least you're outside enjoying the pretty weather. It's supposed to be nice today.
I think it's going to be a good day.
Yep.
We're outside at the shop.
Okay, good. Out there on the deck.
We are.
Okay. Perfect place. Okay, well let's get started because I know folks are anxious to hear from y'all. First of all, I have a feeling most folks know you guys here in the community, but there are going to be some folks who are watching this who may not know you at all. So introduce yourselves to them personally, not just that you run a salon, but tell us who you are, you know, your roots in Davie County, you know, just like you're introducing yourself to us. So who wants to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. My name is Kae Stockton, and I was born here, and I'm old. No,
You're not.
I've been here a long time.
She's the founding father of Davie County.
I'm the founding father. Exactly. You know who you are.
I'm Alex. I'm born and raised here in Davie. Graduated from Davie High in 93, NC State around 96. Went to work for Reynolds till about 08, and starting in 08, I've been here ever since.
Okay, and we're going to get to that because I have a feeling a lot of folks don't realize that you're the sole male associated with Gemini.
That's correct.
That's
right. I don't cut hair. I do day to
day. So we'll get into that here in a minute. Okay, Kae, tell us a little bit about your business. I mean, obviously, what you do. What are some things that you want to point out to people? Maybe some things they don't know that you do. So just tell us a little bit about Gemini in general.
Okay. We're a full-service salon, and we have 12 hairdressers, and we have a nail tech, Cindy, and we have an esthetician, Paulette.
Mm-hmm.
We're real blessed.
Okay. What kind of stuff do y'all do? I obviously, I'm a customer, and I need to come in badly. Y'all can't see it, but I've got some highlights going on that weren't there a while ago. I didn't realize I had that many either. Jason was like, gosh, you got a lot of great.
We're finding out a lot, but yes, we specialize in color.
Okay.
So that's our big thing, and we train every year for the newest in the hip and happening. So let's see, what else?
Tell us a little bit before we got on. You said you wanted to tell folks a little bit about when you started, what the salon, what that property was. Tell us a little bit about that.
I do. It was an orchard. It was my grandparents' orchard.
Okay.
And so we tore down the orchard and got on my knees and borrowed money and opened the shop in 1976.
The property goes back in the family name 1789.
Okay.
That's a long, long time that our ancestors have been roaming this area.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, something I want you to, because I've heard you say this before, and this wasn't in the questions, but I don't think it'll put you on the spot. You know, Gemini is located just kind of not exactly in a, you know, buzzing area of the city. So, but you all have flourished. I mean, you do great. So what was, and I know you're very strong in your faith. So what was, what kind of made you feel like, okay, this is the right place to put this place?
Well, prayer. I prayed for a good while. We were in Winston-Salem. I was working in Winston-Salem.
Okay.
To be out here closer to home. So that's how it got started. So, and each time somebody came, I think they had their own agenda.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to be in Davie County. So I was so blessed that they would come with us. And yeah, we are strong in our faith. And we have a sign that says God is the proprietor here. And he is, because of all these women. I say, God, you go first and we'll show up.
I can only imagine. I'm sure you all have had some crazy things. So, okay. Well, Alex, I wanted to give you just a couple minutes to tell about your role with the salon, because I know you're kind of the behind the scenes guy, because you obviously aren't out there fixing our hair. But what is your role with Gemini?
So in '08, when I came here, started kind of handling more of the books, the accounting end of things, the retail side of things. Pretty much became a plumber, carpenter, electrician. Something goes on, I try to fix it. So it's a wonderful job, and I couldn't ask for a better life. Yeah,
well, that's great, and I think it's great that, you know, mother, son. I mean, that's great. Not many folks can say they have that working relationship, and
every day I'll look up to the Lord and say, "Hey, we're doing all right."
Yep, that's right. Well, I think it's great. So, okay, moving on. Obviously salons have been very much impacted by this. So tell us how Gemini is, how are you all coping? What are you doing differently? What are you able to do? Just tell us, because I think a lot of folks are wanting to know, when are the salons going to be back open? And you don't know.
No, yesterday, May 8th, kind of the thing that went out. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. I get the whole thing from a big picture. As far as the nurses, they're wore out.
Right.
Things are starting to happen now where the nurses aren't working as much. We're in that little, what you want to call it, a gray area. I know we hear that word so much, but me personally, I feel like we need a little sooner. We could have already been in maybe phase 2, phase 3. Let's get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
I think the United States is like a diesel engine. It don't need to sit not running. And things break. We need to get back going. So that's my analogy of things. But the hairdressers, Lord, get these women back to work. They're going crazy.
and the clients behind us. Really.
I know it. I know. Well, so what have y'all been able to do as far as, are you able, I know you're selling product, right?
That's mainly about it. We're able to sell a product through Facebook or contact your hairdresser. We're doing a lot of projects around here. We're getting ready to put some new fences up, some painting. So we're staying busy. Every day's a move forward in something positive.
Yeah.
It's time. From the unemployment standpoint of our side, none of these girls are seeing any money coming in.
Right.
It's still nothing. So March 25th was the last dollar. When you see money all heading one direction and not the other, it's time to go, hey, we need to get a grip on this.
Yeah. Well, I know y'all are anxious to get back, and I have definitely thought about y'all. And how do you think it's going to be once you all do get opened back up and everybody's like, get me in first, I've got to go?
Well, yeah, that's going to be complicated, and they're just going to have patience with us, because our last day was March the 25th.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like we need to do those people first.
Right.
And then just go down the line. So, and also we're not going to be able to be in full speed ahead. So we're just going to have to do a lot of praying and have our clients understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you'll have to follow the rules, because then we'll be back in the same boat we're in right now.
That's my main scare also. You don't want to repeat this again.
Right.
You want to keep things under control best you can. So there's so much out there that's not understandable. You just kind of slowly pace forward and keep moving.
Yeah.
I know the professors, they'll wear masks if they cut hair, and with the technology today, they can text their clients to possibly stay in the car and in the building at one time.
Right.
I'm a pretty good police officer. I could be hair police.
Yeah, you may have a new job coming up, right?
See that man, you can't come in the beauty shop.
Well, now, Kae, tell me this: for clients who may be watching this video, do they need to be calling their stylist, or can they expect their stylist to reach out to them to reschedule?
Each stylist is very conscientious.
Okay.
Calling or texting or emailing them, depending on how the communication is with each client. So, no, we will be when we hear more. Each time we hear more, well, we won't do it now, but we will start when we're go ahead line.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm sure, I just was curious about that because I'm sure there's a lot of folks who are already trying to reach out, but if we can, I'm sure it's, if there's a way to like control the chaos,
Yes.
then, we can help y'all as much as y'all can help us in terms of letting you, answer calls or respond to, reach out to people on your time. So you don't mix up an appointment on the book or something like that. So
yes, we're just going to have to back up to like March 26th appointment and start there and start planning out from there. So that's our plan.
Okay. We may have already covered this, but one more thing to ask you about the business. What is something that you all offer that you think people may not realize, something that's kind of an unusual service that you all provide?
You mean when we go back to work?
Yeah, or like something that you all do. I mean, if before this all happened, what was something that, people don't realize? Like I sit there and I think about, there for a while, it was real popular for the little girls to get the shiny hair things.
Oh, yeah.
So what's something maybe like that you all do that it may be a trend or it may be, just something that you offer that folks don't know?
Oh, we do a lot of new trends in hair color. The balayage was so popular for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I had just been brought to attention to say is this. Can you see this?
Hold it up. Well, is it like a display?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
They're root touch-up.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, and we can get them in any colors, and they come in sprays here. Let's see if we can you see that?
Yeah.
So we're really doing pretty good with that.
I bet. Now, is it a temporary color, I guess?
It is. It is a, let me see. See, it's a powder.
Huh.
And you take the bottom off, and it's this. And you put it on the roots.
Okay. So it just is on, it's on until you wash it, right?
That's right.
Okay.
It kind of covers up what bothers you. So it's a great, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we need to, and what's the name of that stuff?
It's called Style Edit, but we have other companies too that we sell. So,
okay. So if anybody is in the same boat as me and needs their highlights corrected.
That's right, because this is blonde and you just rub it on the roots and it kind of carries you on.
Okay. I'm glad you showed that. That was a good thing to point out because I think a lot of us need that right now.
Yeah, I forgot.
Okay. Last question for you, and this is kind of a silly one. So as a salon owner and stylist, I'm sure that you have seen some crazy things in your day. So what is something that's happened in the shop over the years that you still find hard to believe?
I gave that a lot of thought. So,
did you come up with a list?
we did.
There's some stories.
I'm sure.
But,
What do you share?
and folks have said we should write a book. All these years we should have written a book.
Yep.
It would have been a bestseller, but they would have been dead. Or use another name. But, so what I have said is, I thought about it, and we can't tell. We can't tell. We have to protect the guilty and the innocent. So that's what I'm going to say.
He says Gemini is like Vegas. I'll tell you a story from my plumbing experience here at the shop.
Oh gosh.
I probably shouldn't tell this story. You know what? So we had an ongoing plumbing issue at the beauty shop for I reckon a couple of months. And we had some plumbers come out. They looked over the situation, snakes both ends, kept going on and brought the digger out and said, "Hey man, we got bad news. You're gonna have to dig your yard up. $10,000 worth of plumbing work needs to be done here."
And don't forget they had to stick out the
The set date was bumped twice.
Yes.
This is a major ordeal. You got this many women that come through this beauty shop, and I'm getting a call every day to come plumb this toilet. So I'm thinking, so one day I thought enough's enough. I took the toilet loose from the base and laid it on its side, and I heard dink, dink. I thought, what in the world? Tampon applicator. It had laid perfectly.
The culprit.
It had avoided every issue, but it had stayed right there.
So that quick fix avoided $10,000, right?
$1,000 still in the bank. I got it.
Well, thank goodness you took that toilet off.
Hey, I had enough.
Well, I am sure that y'all have had some crazy things happen. You know, I think about just not too long ago when that storm came through, and you know where all of y'all, I mean, I was like, I can only imagine, because didn't y'all say that all of y'all crowded in that little tiny bathroom? 19 people.
Yeah, and one man.
Poor me. I got a call. Mom said, "Well, the roof's gone on the shed." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" "Well, the roof's on the neighbor's shed."
Yeah.
Lord said, "Sure enough," when I got home.
That was weird. That was weird. So, because I live just right down the street.
Lord looked after this place. No structure here, so it's amazing. This was safe, and the shed caused some damage, but amazing.
Yeah.
How things work. Power of prayer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, y'all, it has been fun. And so okay. Give us your little plug for mask.
Yes, I will plug for that. Shay and Allie, Jacob, Billy, everybody's making. So
And Shay is a stylist there. She does my hair. So
yes, they're for sale, and they're $8.
Okay.
Or $8. They're $8. So put your order in.
okay. Now, if somebody does want to get one, do they just message y'all through the Facebook page, or?
That would
We'll
work.
figure it out.
Email.
Okay. What's the best email to do?
Well, let's see. We could do this.
Why don't we tell them just to message through the Gemini Facebook page as a message,
Perfect.
Sounds good.
and then we can keep them. And I've tagged the Facebook page, so if anybody isn't following that, they need to go, because y'all put some good stuff up there. So
Wendy, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
it has been fun. Y'all have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Bye.